Hello, once again, AP Calculus. In our Delta Math assignment, there is a determined concavity visually guided. I just wanted to walk through that with you. This question is asking me determine where it has an inflection point. So this is where the concavity changes from up to down. So for me right now, this looks like concave up to concave down, back to concave up. So there should be two places this happens. It's hard to tell exactly where the concavity changes. So they're giving you this to drag, which shows the first derivative. So right now, this tangent line is negative. It looks pretty negative. It's going to go to 0. So somewhere around 4, the first derivative should hit the x-axis. And then it looks like it's going to go positive, and where it starts to decreasing back down, so there's going to be like a little hump right here, or a max, or a peak. That's one of our inflection points. So we're decreasing. We're decreasing less, as I talked about it being 0 at -4. Now we are increasing, okay? And somewhere in here, we're going to stop increasing, and we're going to start to decrease. Okay, so right there would be my point of inflection where my slopes stop increasing and start decreasing. Okay, we're back to a horizontal tangent at 3. And then here we start to get really negative. Our slopes are decreasing. Somewhere it's going to stop about right there. And then we're going to start sloping back up again. Okay, so if I'm looking at this graph, f prime is negative. It's 0. It's a horizontal tangent. F prime is now positive. Okay, so this whole time that f prime is increasing, it's concave up. Right here where it stops increasing and starts decreasing, I would say that 1 is a point of inflection. Now my first derivative is decreasing. It's concave down. Here it stops before it increases. That would make 5 a point of inflection before it switches to concave up. Yippee! The green check mark. Okay, the other one I wanted to show you was something like this. Okay, so this was asking us for first derivative of f, asking me some questions. So right here it's saying the first derivative of f is 0 or greater than or equal to 0. So that means it's increasing or it's horizontal. And they want to know where f prime of x is less than 0. So that means f prime of x is negative. If I'm looking on this graph, right here is where f prime of x is negative. It's below the x-axis. Okay, this first segment, we're sloping down. Okay, so it's decreasing. Right here looks like a horizontal tangent, and then we're sloping up. As you look through some of these, they may include or disclude the endpoints. Okay, so if you're going to include an endpoint in an interval and it's got a parenthesis, keep it a parenthesis. All the rest of it should be brackets. So if I drag this point, I can see right here it's horizontal, so that's 0. I'd start at -5, and then I would end at -4 because I need to be less than or equal to 0. So down here, I would use double square brackets from -5 to -4. Apparently, I don't know what I'm talking about.